When you think about implementing an enterprise solution like PLM or Service Lifecycle Management, you are probably looking for answers to some complex questions such as, how can we manage the business and operational change issues we will inevitably face? During a multi-year deployment, how should we balance short and longer-term objectives? How do we limit the risks and costs of such a complex deployment? And how do we meet our value expectations and sustain that value going forward? At PTC Consulting, we think about these kinds of questions all the time. Our project experience has revealed several factors that characterize the most successful deployments. We organize these key factors in 4 categories: strategic alignment, process-based solutions, off-the-shelf configuration, and role-based adoption. Let's talk about strategic planning and alignment. We all know it's important to get everyone to agree on project goals and timelines, but getting people out of their silos doesn't happen easily or overnight. A successful deployment requires a detailed plan to enroll all stakeholders and participants in a common understanding of the purpose, objectives, expected outcomes, and requirements of the initiative. In a recent study on PLM deployments conducted by PTC and independent analyst firm TechClarity, for example, the companies that got the most value from their programs were much more likely to invest substantial time up front in building executive agreement on specific outcomes and detailed implementation plans. PTC Global Services helps companies create the necessary alignment with a value-centric engagement approach. This approach focuses program teams on 3 principles. The first is value. Align everyone on specific business, technical, and operational value to be achieved, both short and longer term. Then use that agreement to drive planning and implementation. To accomplish this, PTC assesses and correlates the needs of each stakeholder group to the organization's overall business objectives. This ensures stakeholder representation in the project plan. Potential conflicts are addressed before implementation begins. The second principle is to create a comprehensive implementation roadmap. PTC works with key stakeholders to create a detailed roadmap that takes into account business objectives, technology capabilities, resource constraints, and broader organizational priorities. The third principle with the value-centric engagement approach is to establish a robust collaborative governance model. The model ensures buy-in and ongoing support from key stakeholders on both sides. It guides decision-making and provides a clear process to resolve debates over program changes that inevitably arise during implementation. Creating this model is a challenge for many organizations due to competing viewpoints about the most appropriate roles and responsibilities during a multi-year change initiative. PTC's experience and independent perspective provides expert recommendations based upon best practices developed through hundreds of complex engagements. Strategic alignment is the first step toward realizing the greatest possible outcomes and ROI from your enterprise implementation. For PTC Global Services, it's also the first step toward delivering on the promise of PTC solutions. At this point, you have several informational alternatives. If you are interested in viewing our research findings, read the strategy blog at blogs.ptc.com or explore our viewpoint on other key success factors highlighted on our website: process-based solutions, off-the-shelf configuration, and role-based adoption. When you are ready, it will be our privilege to discuss your specific opportunities, challenges, and requirements.